Stay through with me as I share with you these beautiful stories of 10 brave moms who shocked the world with their courage. 1. The flames didn't stop her. In the early hours of a quiet morning in Phoenix, Arizona, flames erupted from a family home. Inside, thick smoke began to fill the hallways, and 2 children were trapped. Without thinking twice, a mother named Shaquita Bell rushed into the burning building. Neighbors screamed for her to wait, but she ran through the front door, barefoot, inhaling smoke. She emerged minutes later, coughing, covered in soot, with her babies in her arms. Burned but alive. That day, the world saw not just a mother, but a warrior. 2. Her body became a shield. During the 2020 Nashville tornado, Stephanie Wade lay on the cold floor of her bathroom, her infant cradled tightly in her arms. With no time to flee, she used her own body as a shield. As the storm tore through her home, debris slammed in her back and glass shattered around her. She prayed, and when the wind stopped, she looked down. Her baby was untouched. Her body bore the bruises of a battlefield. Her child, peacefully asleep. A mother's instinct became a miracle. 3. Cap and gown, baby in hand. As her name was called, Aisha Champs walked across the graduation stage, her cap high, a toddler on her hip, and tears in her eyes. A single mom of 5, she had studied through sleepless nights, fed her kids before feeding herself, and never gave up. When she received her law degree, the auditorium roared with applause. She didn't just earn a diploma, she earned a legacy. That walk was more than a celebration. It was proof that nothing can stop a determined mom. 4. The mother who ran miles for her son. In the early morning chill, thousands gathered to run a marathon. But among them was a woman unlike the rest, pushing a specially designed wheelchair. Her name, Lori. Her son, Noah, was born with cerebral palsy and could not walk. But Lori wanted him to feel the wind on his face and the thrill of the finish line. For 26 miles, she ran, sweat dripping, legs aching, heart pounding. And when they crossed that line together, Noah smiled wide. A mother's legs carried more than her body. They carried her son's dreams. 5. She fought off a carjacker. In broad daylight, a woman was pumping gas when a man jumped into her SUV with her children still inside. Without hesitation, she flung herself through the passenger side, grabbing the steering wheel, screaming and striking the attacker. Her name, Kesha Smith. Surveillance footage showed her dragging the man out, a blur of fury and maternal strength. No one was going to take her children. Not today. Not ever. 6. Her voice shook the school. When her son came home crying, again, from relentless bullying, Chantel Harris decided silence wasn't an option. She marched into the school, stood before the staff, and gave a speech that shook hearts. My son is not a punching bag. He is a human being, and I am his mother. Her voice trembled with passion. Her words were shared across social media, a rallying cry for parents everywhere. Sometimes, courage isn't a roar. It's a mother refusing to be quiet. 7. Holding her family together in a hurricane shelter. After Hurricane Laura flattened their home, a mother named Dina gathered her 3 children and walked miles to find shelter. Inside a crowded high school gym, she found a corner and laid down a blanket. No roof, no privacy, but she smiled. She played games with her kids, told bedtime stories, and never let them feel fear. Because even with nothing, she gave them everything. 8. She dove into the ocean without a second thought. At a beach in Florida, a boy got caught in a rip current. Onlookers screamed, some froze. But one woman sprinted into the crashing waves. It was his mother. Against the pull of the ocean, she swam like a force of nature. Arms burning, lungs desperate, she reached him and held him tight. Lifeguards arrived minutes later, but she had already done the impossible. She didn't wait for help. She became the help. 9. She walked away from everything for love. In a New York suburb, Julia was a high-level executive with a 6-figure salary. But when her son was diagnosed with a rare neurological condition, she handed in her resignation letter. Every doctor's appointment, every therapy session, every meltdown, she was there. Friends didn't understand, but she did. True success, she knew, wasn't in boardrooms. It was in bedtime stories, breakthroughs, and being present. 10. The car fell, but her love lifted it. In a Utah driveway, a teenager lay pinned under a car that had slipped from its jack. His screams echoed down the street, and his mother came running. Without thinking, she grabbed the car's frame and lifted it just enough for him to crawl out. Doctors called it hysterical strength. She called it what moms do. In that moment, she wasn't thinking of physics, just her child. In every corner of the world, there are mothers whose courage doesn't make headlines, but it changes lives. These are not just brave moments. They are love in its most powerful form.